Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome you here to today's Lionsgate meditation, the 888 guided healing meditation. I welcome you for today's call with this, as an improv with this. And I welcome you here as an 888 guided healing meditation. And the importance of this is, the significance of this is to open up today's portal. And we're going to be opening up into embodying a new higher timeline with this and simply embodying the energies, as this is something that happens. There's multiple portals throughout the year. This happens to be one of the bigger ones, and I welcome you to today's call with this, and let's see where this is going to go. So for those that are joining here, or for those that are on the call, I welcome you to today's meditation with this. I'd like you to find yourself into a comfortable position. And I'll be doing a bit of a screen share with this. And away we go. So I'd like you to find yourself into a comfortable position and simply uncrossing your hands and crossing your feet, closing your eyes, and taking in 5 deep breaths. And with each breath taken in, feeling more and more relaxed, feeling more and more centered, and feeling more and more grounded, and feeling centered, grounded. Allow yourself with feeling at peace, allowing yourself with feeling present and being in the moment. I'd like for you to, with your eyes closed, I'd like you to visualize with having a large silver plate within your mind's eye. And I'd like you to seriously empty out whatever's been occupying your mind. Whether it's any of the stress, any of the worries, if it's anything involving the family, work, finances, whatever it may be. Take a moment here to seriously empty out whatever's been occupying your mind, especially with this being as a very, very potent day today. Take the time to reflect whatever's been occupying your mind, whether it's been from today, from the past month, or from the past year, or for the past many years, whatever it may be, and give yourself the permission to empty out whatever it is that's been occupying your mind with us. And whenever you're ready, watching the silver plate rising higher and higher into the vastness of the universe until you no longer see it. Imagine yourself walking through your garden, sensing and feeling the sun's warmth in your skin, and smelling the fragrance of the flowers and trees throughout your garden. Towards the edge of your garden, walking up the set of stairs up to the door, guarding your own private island. In the doorway, you'll find a key. Taking this key and unlocking this door, stepping into your island, closing the door behind you, locking it, and keeping the key with you. This is your home away from home. This is your private sanctuary. And I'd like you to invoke and invite your doorkeeper, your guardian angel, and thanking this guide with keeping you protected throughout the day and throughout the night. I'd like for you to take a couple moments here, and I'd like for you to make yourself at home here within your private island. And as you're here on your private island, make this island feeling home to you, whatever that may be. Whether it's bringing several plants, bringing your favorite tree, if you have a favorite jacuzzi, if you have a favorite chair or favorite couch, I welcome you to bring this onto your own island here. And please have the awareness that only you are allowed to be here within your own island, and no one else is allowed here without your express consent or permission. insist upon with your guardian angel, with your doorkeeper, that you're well protected throughout the day and throughout the night. And this meditation here, this is an active and guided healing meditation, as this meditation is always protected by the light. When you're feeling comfortable and you're feeling at peace here within your island, I'd like you to invoke and invite your younger self, the younger version of you. For those that can go deeper with this, invoking and inviting in your younger self, your youngest self between the ages of 5 to 9, and giving your younger self, your young inner child, both a hug and a kiss, and thanking your inner child for being here for today. I'd like you to gaze into the eyes of this inner child, and behind those eyes, what do you see? Behind those eyes, is this inner child happy? And if this child is happy, but if you ask the child going deeper with this, going deeper beyond those eyes, what is this inner child really holding on to? Is there a certain level of sadness or anger? Or is this inner child shy? I'd like to give your inner child both a hug and a kiss, and thanking your inner child for joining you throughout this 888 guided healing meditation. I'd like you to invoke and invite from the light your identical self in the light that looks exactly like you. And your identical self is living the positive version of whatever your negative experience is. So though we're physically here in this earthly realm, there's another identical form of us, the identical self, that's living in another timeline, living the positive experiences with whatever what we may be either be struggling with, or whatever the negating or the negative experience is. Our identical self is the one that's embodying the positive version of ourself. And I'd like you to give your identical self both a hug and a kiss, and thanking your identical self for assisting you throughout this guided healing meditation. Embrace the hug with your identical self, and thanking your identical self for joining you throughout this guided meditation. I'd like you to invoke and invite from the light your master guide and guides. And whether you see them or not, simply acknowledging and thanking your guides for being here. Your guides have set up here with your identical self. They've set up here on your island the intention with opening up the 888 portal with this for today. And it's a very, very potent day. And I'd like for you to be present here with your inner child, with your identical self, and thanking your master guide and guides, as your guides are going to be flashing in front of you within your mind's eye on your island, having a large size TV screen, going to be flashing in front of you in your mind's eye the old images, the old files from your past, with there being no judgment and no blame with it. Take a moment here to reflect upon whatever you're seeing within your mind's eye. These are simply the old files that are running within the subconscious mind, And for today, we're going to set the intention with whatever's open there. We're going to have them properly closed as a closed file. And we're going to send these files back to the universe as a closed file. I'd like you to take a few moments there and simply reflect with your younger self, your younger inner child, and with your identical self, with whatever's showing up here. And please remember, there is no judgment and there's no blame with this. We all do things to the best of our ability with the awareness that we have, which is most vital and most essential. The moment the awareness is there, the moment we're aware, having the awareness of doing something better, we can improvise from there. With there being no judgment, and again, no blame with this, I'd like you to take a few moments here and simply reflect with your younger self, with your identical self, with whatever's flashed up there in front of your mind's eye. And then when you're ready, we're going to start with our guided meditation with this. It's going to go as follows. I'd like you to welcome here to today's 888 guided healing meditation. And as you notice here, we're in the 8th month, August the 8th, 2026. And from a numerology perspective, we're adding the 8 and the 8, and the 8 vibration is dealing with money, power, and achieving recognition. This is the most important and most essential ingredient with this. So we have the 2 8s here, and then we have 2026. So the 2 is dealing with relationships. And for humanity, relationships can be a real headache to deal with, especially when there's a sensitivity of it or the oversensitivity of it. We're feeling shy or feeling shamed or feeling timid by it. As the 2 and the 8 vibration, they're almost like sisters. They almost bounce off of each other. With the 2 vibration, if one's hiding out in the back seat, if there's a fear of being seen, that's not a good thing. Especially if one's aware of having the goods coming to them, or aware that the promotion or the job's coming towards them, or the money's coming towards them. And the moment they feel that they're being recognized, then this is where they can self-sabotage the very, very thing that they're attracting. The 0 vibration, this is with 2026, the 0 vibration, this is going to be a big one, is the feeling of the fear of the unknown, or being fearful in general. And this can open up a lot of things, especially if a person's not willing to step into the unknown. If a person back with that 2 vibration, if they're sitting in the back seat and they're expecting a change to happen, it's not going to happen with this. So it's very, very important that 0 there is simply not just it's not there as a vibrational energy, it's there as an energy, as a different type of an energy, as a reminder that, hey, there's a lot of gifts to this, a lot of gifts in every day with this. It's also the ability, have to make a choice, have to make a decision. There's no sitting in the back seat with this, especially now with the 5D with consciousness, and for many others that may be elevating the 5, 6, or the 7th dimension. This is more so for those that are getting used to this as a brand new experience with this. Everything's energy. And as Nikola Tesla would talk about it, everything deals with either frequency, energy, or vibrations. This is all what it is. We live in this earthly realm. And what makes this earthly realm very, very special is we deal in a fluid or an energy, we want to call it prana or the ether, and everything has a feeling to it. We can all sense it. Although we may not physically touch it, we can sense it or we can feel it. It's like having a special lady, a person's life, or for ladies out there that have a special man in their life, you can feel that connection. Or you can feel, say, if you have a loving pet, or you have a favorite dog, your favorite cat, there's an energy associated with that. And it's the same thing with this guided meditation. Everything comes back down to a feeling. We may not recall exactly what happened, but we can always recall back to that feeling. What was that feeling stemming from? So that 0, this is to take a step into the unknown, taking a leap of faith with us. Then we have the 2 vibration again as another reminder. It's the most important that whatever we're doing there, we're not being misguided or misdirected by other people. And to be aware of it, if we're being pushed around by others, if we're not able to assert our own boundaries with this is not a good thing. The 6 vibration, this is an important one here. This is dealing with personal responsibility, personal accountability, personal ownership. It's about taking the personal ownership with everything, despite whatever may have happened, whether it's blaming, whether it's judging self, judging others. It's the ability to take 100% personal responsibility to say that whatever happened, it's not going to go away until a person deals with it. Even if somebody else got involved with it, just say, okay, it's temporary, deal with whatever shows up. And the moment you take the ownership with it, this is where you start shifting the blame of it. You start taking the ownership with it. And from there, you're able to start moving with this in a positive type vibration with this. So the 2026 adds up to a 10 vibration. And then we have the 8, 8, and the 10, which adds up to a 26/8 vibration of this. So this is our third 8 vibration with this. So this is a very, very important type of a vibration with this. The 8 on the positive side, right in the center of the screen there, the 8 vibration is going to deal with money, power, and achievement recognition. To the other side, on the negative side, it's like an infinite loop. And at one point, it's to break out of the belief systems, it's to break out of or snap out of whatever the programming is, whatever the limiting beliefs are. And more so, what is the karma that we've all been holding on to? Karma is an energy, and what makes this human experience very, very special is the soul for each and every one of us. When we show up here into this earthly realm, there's a thing called a soul contract. Bear with me with the voice here. When we show up here into this earthly realm, when we show up here, we're coming here not only for human experience, yes, we're also coming here for the extension of our soul. Now, the soul does not want to come down here itself, and hence why it sends its own ambassador here. As the ambassador, each and every one of us that's here in this earthly realm, we're the one that physically represents the soul. The karma is an emotional energies or the emotional entanglements that the soul's been stuck with for many past lifetimes, and it's yearning and it's looking up to each and every one of us with taking the ownership, with taking the personal responsibility, with cleaning up all this karma. So if you look back here, back with the 888 vibration, this is a very, very powerful day and a very, very potent day with releasing any of the karma. So, like, what exactly is karma? So, karma can be anything involving whether it's money, the negative feelings, the critical feelings, the karma, whether it's an abuse of power, abuse of lust, abuse of sex, abuse of corruption, whether it's the abuse of government, the abuse of religion, anything where there's an abuse of power in some way. And for all of us, for that 888 vibration, many of us can relate to that tiny inherited feeling that is from some past lifetime, although it doesn't play a significant role here, it has a feeling, that feeling is showing up in this lifetime, especially for those, if they've had a tough time stepping up into their own power with this, you can often admit it that deep down inside there's been an inherited feeling that, hey, something isn't sitting quite right. And this is where, in this meditation for today, we're going to be setting the intention with being able to clear out any of the karma with this. So a major part of our soul purpose here is to clear out all this gunk. Now, what's the gunk here? This is the emotional gunk, and a lot of it stems back from childhood. So when we show up here, we show up here from the universe in pristine condition, and we show up here with the, want to call them the well-chosen parents that were assigned by the soul. So for some of you may be wondering, well, why didn't I get the nicer parents down the street, or the softer parents, or the wealthier parents down the street? Trust me, the soul chose the exact parents that you needed to be with, whether they were biological, whatever state they were in, including whether they were adopted or anything else. The soul chose all this prior to you showing up here to learn very, very specific and most important lessons with this that's particular and attaining to you with whatever you needed to go through. See it as a blessing, seen as a gift that's been wrapped up despite whatever the hardship may have been. There's something there that's very, very important for each and every one of us to learn from, grow from, and then to continue to evolve and grow with us. For many of us, we have an experience from childhood. We don't want to be stuck from that childhood experience and then overextending it, that one tiny experience, whether it's for 8 years, 20 years, 30 years, or for many 40 or 50 years of our life stuck with the same type of an experience. So the karma there, let's say as an example, if somebody stole something, if somebody lied about something, or the feeling back with an abuse of power, these are all feelings with this. Or if someone felt upset, or if someone got upset with somebody, or if somebody got yelled at, these are all the feelings associated with it. And we're going to have a list underneath here that I'd like to bring up here. And it's simply to provide people whatever flashes up, whatever resonates with you. This is the most important part here. through this meditation, we're going to be setting the intention that whatever the negative or the critical feeling is, we're going to be setting the intention with placing these cords, vowels, and feelings, whatever it is that shows up here, we're going to set the intention with placing it into the field. And then with our healer guides and with the souls involved, they're going to be assisting you with cleansing and clearing out the emotional energies with us. So the 888 vibration, this is a very, very important energy with this. The most important part of this is to clean out and close up all the emotional entanglements for today's meditation with the gunk. So the karmic energies, this can be coming in from the family, from the childhood experiences. For many people, they may have achieved the success. For many, they may have achieved that desirable career. And for many, with the money and time set aside, how many of them still think about it on a day-to-day basis of whether it was some silly thing that happened from childhood, whether it was a small argument, whether it was a small tiff or a skiff about something, or something, whether it's between the brother or the sister or the mom or dad. We're going to set the intention of being able to close and release as many of this type of energies, whatever it may be, to the best of one's ability today. And again, as a reminder here, there's no judgment and there's no blame with any of this. For those that are new here, or for those that have been doing this for many, many years, myself included, there's a lot that in every meditation, new things show up. We are technically here in an earth realm school, and this is one of the toughest schools here in the universe. So none of us have showed up here on a picnic. We're all coming here to close up whatever we need to close up and then move on as quickly as possible. So this is most important with this. So everything comes back to a feeling, an energy, and a vibration. And I like to scroll into this one part by the vibration here. We're going to be going through all three of these vibrations. And I'd like for you to be joined here with your identical self and with your younger inner child. And I'd like you to reflect upon any of these feelings with us, with no judgment, no blame. I'd like you to think about the feelings with this, with whatever it is that may show up here with this. For any of the chords, vowels, and feelings, perceived or experienced, known or unknown, I'd like you to forgive yourself, whatever it may be. I'd like you to be able to identify whatever the negative or more importantly, the critical vibration with the 8 vibration. If it was the fear, I'm not taking any risks. If it's not believing in oneself or herself with any of their gifts or with any of their capacities or with any of their capabilities. For any of the abuse of power, whether it was greed, greediness, self-sabotage, being as a workaholic. As a workaholic, what's not being addressed at home? If it's anything involving a power control or who has the control. If it's dealing with being as a lack of a humanitarian or being very materialistic. If it's involving either with abuse, and this can be a big one, either mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, including sexually with this. If there's anything involving with the bad taste, shameless, tense, with the energies either being demanding, threatening, with a lack of trust, abuse of trust, either with feeling ill-mannered, bullying, chauvinistic, clumsy, fraudulent, the fear of being recognized, with any of the material unconcern that denies the power or any of the poor judgment. With the negative vibration with this, whether it's the feeling of either feeling careless, nervous, feeling restricted, weak, feeling vulnerable, either with feeling unorganized, uncaring, unprepared, with the fear of failure, either with feeling dishonest, cowardly, with the lack of confidence, either with feeling timid, undisciplined, with the lack of management, either with feeling stressed or with mismanaging money, with any and all of the karmic learning. And this is a big one with this. The karmic learning is huge. Anything involving with running with patterns, the issues with money, the impatience with other people, dealing with people, controlling others, judgmental, domineering, or careless with money. I'd like you to ask your younger self, your young inner child, in what way does your inner child, what memories does she have of this, or what memories does she or he have of this? And then ask your identical self to flash in front of your mind's eye with any of the experiences with this that's coming from your past. Take a moment there to reflect upon any of these energies. Reflect upon the experience. And if there's something that you really feel inside of you, deep down inside, I'd like you to ask your identical self to assist you with cutting, or I'd like you to ask your identical self to assist you with unplugging these emotional cords. These emotional cords, these are invisible cord connections with whatever the feelings coming from oneself to the other person, whoever gave you that initial experience, your identical self will be assisting you today with releasing and unplugging as many of these cords as possible. And throughout this meditation, we'll be joined here with many angels from the light that'll be further assisting you with cleansing and cleaning up and clearing out your energetic field. For those that are, say, more spiritually awakened, you can ask your master guide and guides from the light to flash those energies in front of your mind's eye. As the feelings, the energies are going to be felt either emotionally within your solar plexus, or the 8 vibration is back with the base chakra physically. For those that are able to see in their mind's eye, I'd like you to take your left hand and grab the bundle of cords from your solar plexus and unplug them. And then from your right hand, wherever these cords are coming from, wherever you can visualize them, and I'd like you to unplug these cords. I'd like you to unplug them to the best of your ability until the tips of the roots come out, and then placing the cords gently into the field, please. For those, if you're not able to see, it's quite all right. We all started off somewhere. It is a journey doing this. And what we're doing here with today's meditation is simply releasing a lot of the black clouds, or if you want to call them clouds that were in front of our eyes for many years. And this is what's clouded us from not seeing with what we're meant to be seeing technically from the get-go. We are not here as a human being. We're here as a human soul being. We're here as a human soul ambassador. And we're here representing the soul as the extension of the soul. And what the soul's asking for, what the soul's stuck with, is all of these emotional frequencies. The soul cannot release these emotional feelings or emotional entanglements from the spiritual side. You're going to be surrounded here with your identical self, including with your master guide and guides from the light. I'd like you to call upon them and thank your guides with assisting you with placing any and all these cords, vowels, and feelings for the negative 8 vibration, including the negative critical vibration, and asking them to assist you with unplugging any and all these cords, vowels, and feelings that have been listed for today, including with any of the karma, any of the abusive karma, any and all the old contracts, and for any and all the old past vows, for anything that's either as old or stagnant energies, for any and all old past relationships that are either considered as null and void. I'd like me to ask you guys to assist you with taking any of these cords, vowels, and feelings and having them peacefully placed into the field, including any of these soul agreements stemming in from mom, from dad, from the family, from the culture, from the religion. And you're going to set the intention with including any of the past lifetime experiences. You can ask your guides, your identical self and light, with assisting you with placing these cords, vowels, and feelings, having them placed peacefully into the field with peace, compassion, universal love, and grace. And I'd like you to take in 10 deep breaths, please. With each breath taken in, I'd like you to gently hold it for a couple seconds, holding it, and then peacefully breathing it out. I'd like you to be surrounded here with your guides from the light, and with your palms faced open or upwards, you're going to be showered with a pillar of golden light from God's source creator. And you're going to be showered with a pillar of silver light, and the silver light's coming from your light being and from your soul. Allow yourself with being showered in an avalanche of the golden light from God's source creator, and being showered with a pillar of silver light from your soul. Allow yourself with being showered in an avalanche of this golden light and with the silver light from God's source creator and with your soul, and allowing this divine light entering from the top of your crown, going down through your being, through your crown chakra, through your brow, cleansing and releasing the energies through your throat, through your heart. Allow this energy to continue resolving through your solar plexus, down through your sacral, and then down to your base chakra. Allow this energy to merge and allow this energy to continue flowing from the top of your crown down through your being. Allow this energy to fill your inside world. Allow this golden light and silver light to fill your inside being, and then radiating this light outside of your being and throughout your home. I'd like you to set the intention for whatever it is, as we're now in this new 5D consciousness energetically. And for those that are in tune with it, being in the 6D, being in the 7th dimension, I'd like you to set the intention with blessings, with the ease and grace with God's blessings with us, with being showered with an avalanche of the divine and golden light, and setting the intention with cleansing and burning any and all of the old energies with us. Allow this golden light to purge and dissolve any and all of the old emotional entanglements, including anything from this lifetime and from the many other past lifetimes that your soul's been stuck with, And unfortunately, showing up here into this earthly realm, we all have many past lifetimes showing up here. And in this new 5D consciousness, these old past lifetimes are considered null and void, as they're now obsolete. What the soul cares about and what the soul will do is the soul will retain the best of the best information. It will categorize and it will record and keep all the important files. With this cleansing and the burning with the golden light, it's to burn and release and cleanse any of the old stagnant, stale, and technically it's the obsolete energies from the many past lifetimes. This one first, and then the many past lifetime energies. I'd like you to take in another 10 deep breaths, please. And with each breath taking in, holding it, and then with the purifying exhale, I'd like you to breathe it all out. And I'd like you to repeat the process 9 more times, please. As a reminder, your soul only cares mostly about this lifetime. The soul technically cares 1,000% about this lifetime. The soul's not able to deal with, or the soul, unfortunately, is not able to go back to the past lifetimes. It can review them, but the soul is beyond this. The soul's now looking from today going forward. What is in this lifetime with these vibrational energies here, with the negative and the critical energies? What are the lessons with this? As this lifetime is technically a reciprocated, pardon me, not reciprocated, it's a replicated lifetime from all the past lifetimes. You're technically going through whatever resonates here. It has the same emotional residue from the other past lifetimes. It's this lifetime here, whatever shows up, whatever you sense, whatever you feel, whether it's a feeling, whether it's a coolness, whether it's a warmth, whether it's a hot feeling, whether it's a physical sensation. This is the most important part with this. It's that energy. This is what's kept humanity stuck for many, many, many generations, and technically for hundreds of lifetimes, stuck to the same unfortunate energies. So with this new consciousness is giving everyone here within this earthly realm, and within this earthly realm, the opportunity to release whatever we've been holding on to. Allow yourself with continuing with being showered with this avalanche of the golden light from God's source creator, and with the soul from your light being and from your soul with us. You're going to be joined here as you're here with your identical self from the light. You're also going to be joined here with your doorkeeper, with your guardian angel. And within your island here, you're going to be jumping through a portal. You're going to be jumping through this portal as the 888, I want to call it the Lion's Gate portal with this. And you're going to be jumping and embodying into a new timeline with this. You're protected and you're here with the light. And as you're jumping through this portal, I'd like for you to set the intention as follows and simply listen along. Embodied with the divine energy and the divine frequency, embodied being seen, being recognized, embodied being in one's power, embodied being open with receiving all the abundance, all the prosperity, and all the wealth with total ease and with total grace now. Embodied with the divine energy and the divine frequency, embodied being ambition, being capable, being commanding, being material freedom, being responsible, being skillful, being clear-headed, being assured, being in abundance, being direct, being clever, being authoritative, being achieving recognition, being consistent, being successful, being supportive, being the moneymaker, being the leader, being positive, being practical, being persuasive, being resourceful, being respected, being wise, being the executive power of authority, being prosperous, being and allocating the resources wisely, embodying the embodiment of being accomplishment, embodied being accomplished, embodying accomplishment, embodying the understanding of values and the understanding of making better and new choices, and embodying the value of living a quality, comfortable living, embodying a quality, comfortable life, and the ability of being able to see financially with an early retirement. And it's not the ability of retiring, it's being able to reprioritize one's quality way of living with us. Ask your light being, your soul, with your identical self, with allowing this energy flowing in from the top of your crown, allowing this energy to fully embody throughout your life with us. Allow this energy to fully embody and merge through merge and embody and lock in through your heart and being with us now. I'd like you to continue enjoying your experience going through this 888 guided portal experience. Allow yourself with being open with whatever you need to see. Allow yourself with being open with receiving all the good, all the prosperity, all the wealth, and all the abundance with us. On a day like this is a day where you're here to reclaim, depending on the amount of cleanup that's been done, especially what's most important here, as there's no skipping steps of growth. It's most vital and most essential for the amount of inner work that's been accomplished, for the amount of inner work that's been attained or already done. This is where you're going to be able to, a person is going to be able to be open with receiving their own prosperity and with being open with receiving their own financial blessings with us. And especially for those that have done a lot of the deeper or the inner work, simply being open with God's grace, with God's blessings, and with the universe's blessings, and with your soul's blessings of being open with receiving the new abundance. And the abundance is beyond more than the financial part of it. It's being open to receiving the money, the prosperity, and being abundant and being wealthy in multiple areas of one's life. Allow and thank your light being, thanking your soul, and thanking your identical self of being embodied with these positive, uplifting energies, and setting the intention with these energies embodied and being embodied and locked in through your heart, core, and being now. And when you're ready, I can be coming back here, coming back to your portal, back onto your island. And as you arrive here, jumping back through your portal and arriving back here onto your island, your master guide and guides, they've set up here on your island a crystal type of a bed. And I'd like for you to take a few moments there. Think of it as a fancy or as a beautiful recliner or as a comfortable seat. And we're going to be sitting there. You're going to be joined there with your inner child, with your identical self. And allow yourself, with taking a few moments there, to allow yourself being energized with this new energies with us. Again, I'd like you to have your palms faced open and upwards. And as you're reclining in this beautiful chair encrusted with the crystals, allow yourself with being open with receiving, with the blessings and with the gifts, with the light, and with any of the healing, with God, the source creator, and with your soul. Allow yourself with being showered in an avalanche of the golden light, with God, source creator, and being showered with a pillar of silver light, with your light being soul. Allow this energy to radiate from the top of your crown down through your being, down through your base chakra, and allowing this energy to continue emerging from your base chakra deep within into the roots of Mother Earth and deep directly to the core of Mother Earth. Setting the intention today as an 888 vibrational day today with being open with receiving with the blessings, embodied with the divine energy and the divine frequency, being open with receiving God's blessings, being open with receiving God's grace and ease, being open with receiving with your light being and soul and with God's blessings, being open with receiving God's love, God's joy, God's peace, being open with receiving and embodying God's higher dimensional energy, God's higher frequency energy, and God's higher emotional energy. Being open with receiving and embodying God's higher chakra, embodied higher dimensional energies, embodied and locked into your heart, core, and soul being now. Allow yourself being showered in an avalanche of this golden light from God's source creator, and with your soul with the silver light. Allow this energy as it flows from the top of your crown down through your being, and allowing this energy to bury deep within inside of your core being, and then sending the extra energy down to Mother Earth, to Mother Gaia. With your palms faced open, being open with receiving God's blessings, and with your soul being open with receiving any of your soul's upgrades, being open with receiving God's upgrades, and simply stating, thank you, 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 thank you. I'd like you to take a few moments there simply to energize and feel rejuvenated with this energy. And as you're laying here in this comfortable, this beautiful reclining chair, your guides have also set up here on your island. Your guides have set up here on your island with your master guide and guides and with your identical self. They have set up here on your islands with the advanced medbed-based technology. The advanced medbeds have been around here within the earthly realm for many years. Depending where you source it from, they were initially gifted by, I believe it was the Palladians many, many years ago. As it was gifted here, it's been completely suppressed to the general public. It's been suppressed to humanity in general. At one point, it's all the med beds are already here. We're waiting, everyone. We're waiting for at some point with the med beds being available for the general public. But for today's meditation, your master guide and guides you with the identical self and light. They set up here a med bed that's set up here on your island. And I'd like for you to step into the med bed. And there's also going to be a med bed there for your younger self, your young inner child. I'd like you to take a few moments here. Your master guide or with your identical self will be operating the med bed on your behalf. I'd like you to take a few moments there and just simply embody and relish being cocooned in the angelic light. And simply relax and set in the intention with being thankful and grateful and with being open with receiving all of the blessings from God, Source Creator, being open with receiving all the blessings with your guides from the light, with your identical self from the light, with your light being and soul from the light, and thanking the universe with being open and with receiving all the blessings from all of the angels and with all the guides from the light. It's time now to step out from the med bed as your identical self or the master guide, turning off the med bed. And simply taking a few moments there to stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, stretch your legs out, stretch your toes out. Please take your time with this. And when you're ready, I'd like you to step out from the med bed. And I'd like for you to reflect with your younger self, your younger inner child, as you joined here with your identical self, and take a few moments here with regarding today's meditation. What did you learn from this? What was important with this? And the most important part was having the awareness of it. And then as you look into the eyes of your inner child, thanking your inner child for assisting you throughout this meditation for today, what word or what promise can you give to your inner child to assist your inner child moving forward with your inner child's life? And what can your inner child do to assist you moving forward with your own life? And what word or what promise can you give to honor this? I'd like you to give your inner child both a hug and a kiss, and thanking your inner child with assisting you throughout this meditation for today. I'd like you to give your identical self from the light both a hug and a kiss, and thanking your identical self from the light, and embracing this hug with your identical self from the light, and feeling this positive exchange of positive energies as you embrace with your identical self, embodying all of the positive, uplifting quality energies and quality uplifting energies, and requesting that the energies that are embodied and infused throughout your heart and physical being now. Thanking your identical self from the light with assisting you throughout this meditation for today. Take a moment here and thanking God, Source Creator. Thank you, God. Thank you. And thanking your light being and soul. Thank you. Thanking your master guide and guides here from the light. Thanking each and every one of them here. And again, as a reminder, whether you see them or not, for the time being, it doesn't matter. You may see them, you may feel them. Please remember this, that none of us are ever here on our own. We have several guides that are with us at all times. And unfortunately, for many of us, we want being disconnected from them from a younger age. Whatever the interference may have been from, whether it was from the family, from the culture, from the religion, part of the human experience showing up here, there is a set in stone soul contract that's binding with one's soul and with the universe, and there's no getting away from it. Our guides are here to assist us to graduate and uplift and uplevel ourselves, ideally with attaining a peaceful soul attainment and graduating from this earthly realm. We're coming here to redeem ourselves back into the arms of the universe. Thanking your master guide and guides here from the light, and walking back to the door guarding your island, and thanking your doorkeeper, thanking your guardian angel with keeping you protected throughout the day and throughout the night. Taking out your key and unlocking this door, stepping out from your island, waving goodbye to everyone, closing the door behind you, locking it, and keeping the key with you. Walking back down the set of stairs, back into your garden, and throughout your garden, picking up a flower or two. And whenever you're ready, gently moving your hands, moving your feet, opening your eyes, and taking in 1 or 2 deep breaths. And welcome back. I'd like to thank everyone for being here on today's 888 Lionsgate Meditation. Thank you for joining me here for the guided meditation. Thank you for your time. And it's a new day. It's a new day, and just to keep moving, keep growing with this. And for those that were on the call for today, for those that are able to take a look at the meditation, if you'd like to visit my website, if you'd like to share this, I'd be very grateful for that. You can check me out through emotionalsoulhealing.com. And if you'd like to join part of the membership or if you'd like to subscribe to the website, there's a link down on the main page. And be kind with yourself. Treat yourself with lots of kindness, lots of self-love with this. Drink lots of water. And if you're tired, take a nap. Or if it's an early night, have yourself with a good night's rest. And I thank you very, very much on being on this 888 day for today. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you may be. Until next time, thank you so much. Thank you.